Okay. Hello, everyone. My name is Andrei, or you can call me Andrew in a, let's say, English manner. And I'm going to make this, let's say, series of video for helping myself prepare for an exam that I'm going to take in a month, I think. I don't remember it properly. So since I want to improve my speaking and my speaking skills and speaking on a certain topics, I have decided to make this series of video just to help me. Yes. And since I'm going to improve my speaking, I'm not going to edit this video because I want to see like my improvement and how it's going to look, let's say in a couple of weeks, I think. Yes. um, I have been learning English for a while, yes, and since my country is not an English-speaking country, it causes some difficulties while learning any foreign language, actually, yes, because I'm from Russia, from the city of Irkutsk, and if you look at the map, you will see that Irkutsk is basically the center of our country because it's located in eastern part of Siberia. Yes, not far away from Krasnoyarsk and Novosibirsk. Well, what means not far away? Well, it's like 1,200 kilometers to Krasnoyarsk, and even more to Novosibirsk, the biggest city in Siberia and the biggest city in Russia after Moscow and Saint Petersburg. Yes, so but for us it's not a big distance because like it's like in a Siberian way of measuring like distance, a thousand kilometers like it's nothing. Yes, because it just takes one day to go by train, and it's okay. It's not that much. Yes, but anyway, it's not what I'm supposed to talk about because since I'm using this book for practicing, yes, it's a bit outdated, but it helps me to expand my vocabulary. I'm going to go through the topics that are presented in the book just because I want it. I don't want to make it smoother or easier for myself, so I'm going to use the topics exclusively from this book and in an order that they presented in it. Yes, it will give me some challenge, but I hope it will help me to improve my vocabulary somehow and to help me to talk about different topics I haven't talked before, pretty much. So let's go. And today's topic is about growing up, about family and family relationships. Yes, and just let's say everything that comes to my mind. Yes, everything that I have, like in my thought, in my thinking, in my thoughts about the topic. So growing up in Russia might sound interesting and unusual for other people from other countries. Maybe not. I don't know, because you might understand that Russia is, well, it's an interesting country with its own culture of, upbringing children that was influenced by the Soviet Union past, and we still have this influence from this past. Yes, and especially, but I think the biggest influence we've got is the influence of the 90s, because 90s was a very harsh time for the people. Yes, and our parents, their adolescence and then their early adulthood was like what's happening during this time, and this time was very difficult, and like the 90s, the early 2000s, yes, were not a very comfortable time for living. Sorry. Yes, and this kinda influenced my parents' idea on how their children uh, how to say this, how their children would have been nurtured by them. Yes, the children, I mean me and my little brother. Yes, because our immediate family consists of me and my little brother and my parents. Yes, though our extended family is quite big because my grandmother has got a little brother and sister, which who also made their families, and these families extended to, like, to their children and their, I forgot the name, their grandsons and granddaughters, and this is just from my mother's side, and also there is my father's side, and there are also many people in in his family with his mother. Yes, and his brothers and sisters, because he's got one little brother and two sisters, and they also created their families. And, like, you can imagine that there are many people in the family, and somehow we I couldn't say that we have this strong family bond between each other, but at least with the mother family, with the mother's side, it looks it looks okay. We have these family gatherings on holidays, and that means that we have some kind of communication between each other, and it's okay. Yes, we don't feel that lonely, so we have communication. Yes, and it's okay. We even can have phone calls sometimes, and we have this, family chats where we communicate and do some jokes and tell about our lives and post photos over there. Yes, so it's okay. Yes, but growing up in Russia in early 2000s, it wasn't easy because since I'm not from a big city, I'm not from Irkutsk originally. I'm from a small, I don't know what to call it properly, but it seems like a mix of a town and a village. Yes, it's like, maybe it might be called and referred to as a countryside. But again, it's not a countryside. Let's say it's a small town of 10,000 people. Yes, it's not a village, of course, but still, it's not that much people, and of course, it's not that developed as a big city. Even as Irkutsk, which I would not consider very developed. It's okay for living, yes, but of course, I would like to have more, a better standard of life, and unfortunately, I'm not sure I can get it here, though it's still okay to live here. So, Zelari, as it's called, or Zelari in Russian pronunciation, is a small town where I was grown up and where I finished my school. Growing up over there was, well, sometimes it was harsh, sometimes it was great, because my parents put their best to make our childhood as best as possible. Yes, and I'm very grateful for that. Yes, but again, it didn't mean it was easy, because since it was our house with the territory, with the garden, with the, this, well, I want to say that we had to work a lot in the field. We were growing a lot of different plants and vegetables, and that means a lot of work during the summer, during spring and autumn as well, because it took so much time, and it was very, it wasn't very easy, especially for a child who spent days doing that work, especially during the summer when you were supposed to have some rest, but instead you're going to your field, to your territory, and you had to take care of all these plants somehow. Yes, and then again, the the economic situation wasn't that easy, though I couldn't say we were poor. Yes, like we didn't have much, but again, we had enough to have a normal life. Yes. Um, we were able to go for short trips to Irkutsk, to Baikal, since it's not far away, or to to local river with the local scenery spots. Yes, we it was affordable for us. Yes, and having a car was affordable, though it wasn't a new car; it just was a used car, but it was okay. It wasn't that bad. It was pretty good car. That was that fitted our family quite well. Um, so our childhood and our adolescence was in these conditions. We started at school, and also I couldn't say that I have these happy memories of my school, but looking at it now, I can say that it was fine. Yes, I was taught and I studied a lot, and I got a lot of, let's say, useful knowledge that helped me later during my study at university, especially I think English, because again, I can't say that I got very much useful knowledge about English, but I got something more important. I got this inspiration from my English teacher to keep learning the language. Yes, and her, let's say, her direction was very crucial because my English teacher, I went to study to university for learning languages. Yes, I choose English as my language, and I kept learning it at university. And this choice was influenced by my English teacher, and I'm very thankful to her for that, because um, English has become my main tool for getting money, for making money, and since it's my main tool, I want to improve it and to get more out of it. Yes, if it's possible, and for that I need to confirm my knowledge, and so I've decided to, to take an exam, an international exam, to to have to have a proof, to have a paper to prove my knowledge. Yes, um, and my family supports me a lot. My wife supports me, and my parents also wish me luck. Yes, and I hope it will help me sooner or later. Yes. Uh, my parents were not very, optimistic about me choosing the language as my tool for earning money. Yes, and it took me some kind of effort to to convince them that it was the right choice. Yes, because they wanted me to become some kind of engineer that could engineer that, or maybe a railway worker. I don't know. Just they want me to have a job that can give me stable salary every month. Yes, and the idea of having such work wasn't just because they were, these strict parents that they knew better. Uh, it was influenced by the harsh 90s and 2000s, and they had a point actually, because uh, if I had such work, I would have a good salary much easier. Yes, and it works even now. And I think they had their point, but the problem is that it was me, and it didn't fit me pretty well. So I choose languages for work. Yes, and I had to convince them that it would be better for me to go to language university than to study to become an engineer. Yes, because I liked it, and since I liked it, I could put more effort into it, and which could end up in a better, in better salary. Yes, and it helped. And after some talks about my future, uh, and being convinced by me and my arguments, they they believed in me, and they helped me a lot to go to university I wanted. Yes, though I failed to go to study as interpreter and as an English teacher, yes, because I didn't have enough marks to get the needed um, education. Still, I got into the linguistics university, though my profession was tourism. Yes, I wasn't interested in tourism pretty much. I just was happy to study at the linguistics university because, despite the fact that my education wasn't related to language stuff, we still got a lot of languages during our study. We were studying English, yes, like 3 classes per week, and 3 classes of German, because I choose German since I had already studied it before. And it was great. It was more than enough to improve and to improve my speaking skills and just to deep into the languages as much as possible. Yes, because after that, after getting my first education, I moved to study to get magister's degree, and that time I managed to enter the pedagogical university and to become an English teacher. Yes, because I because it was master's degree in pedagogics in what was it? Pedagogics in sorry. Sometimes it's not easy to explain some realities I haven't talked about before. So anyway, after studying for 2 years, I ended up with a master's degree in pedagogics and as an English teacher. Yes, and after that, I moved to the next level, to the next degree of education. After which, I got this PhD in linguistics. Yes, my specialty was the theory of language. Has been the theory of language, which means a theoretical approach to linguistics. Yes, and after defending my dissertation, I got this PhD degree. Finally, after like 3 or 4 years of studying and writing a huge paper, I've got this degree. Yes, and my family has been with me all this time. Yes, they give me a lot of support. Yes, all the time. My family, my parents, my brother, my wife, my other relatives. Without their support, it would be much more, well, difficult and stressful and depressive, even, I could say. Yes. So, what can I also tell you about my family and me growing up in my country? Well, I don't know. Well, I've told you about my extended family. Yes, so there are many people in this extended family. I can say that since our family has this, okay, let's say this bond between each other, we don't need to establish our relationship because we have already built them. Though there is always room to form, to deepen these relationships. Yes, because in the modern world, people tend to become isolated. Yes, especially in like we Europeans, or people that have been influenced by the European culture, we tend to be more isolated, and I think it's not a good thing because I believe that individualism is a great thing, has been a great thing that has helped us a lot. Yes, to improve our life standard. But I think the idea of collectivism should not be lost, because it gives us this feeling of community, these feelings of uh, these feelings of being not alone. Yes, to be needed to someone somewhere. Yes, so we need to find the balance between being alone and being in a community, because without community, you're not able to do much, though you have to be on your way as well. You see, a balance. Yes, because individualism is good, but living only with it does not make you happy. So you have to be very communicative, and you need these, family bonds, friends bonds, because without them, it's just difficult to live. It's possible to have such a life without friends, without many acquaintances, without talking to a family pretty much, but having them, makes it just easier. Yes, it's difficult to support all these bonds, to build to build and establish new relationships. Yes, but still, this difficulty is nothing compared to what you get after all. And you get this feeling of being needed by someone. You have a great chance to to express your thoughts, to share with your pain, to share with your pain to your friends and family. You have this chance to get inspiration from other people. Yes, and it's not just your parents and one or two of your friends. And you also can get some help from them, and you can give some help to them, because we people, we don't just need to to receive. We also have this we also have this what to call it, we also have this demand to share with something we have inside. Yes, so families, friends, having it all is very rewarding, though it might look difficult to have. Yes, but still, it's rewarding, and it's something we need to have. And it's something we need to have when we nurture our children, because when we nurture them, we need to give them this idea, to pass this idea as well. And that's what I believe. Yes. So I think for today it's more than enough. Yes, I haven't planned this video, and I'm not going to plan my video. So all these thoughts are going to be very spontaneous, and I think it's a great way to improve your speaking skills. Yes, I'm not going to edit my videos, so you'll get a chance to get this raw material. Yes, and see how my thoughts have been working all these 23-4 minutes. So thank you for listening. I think with more videos it's going to be more more ordered and less chaotic. Yes, chaotic. Okay, yes. So see you next time. We'll see what topic I'm going to discuss next time. Goodbye.